Recording in progress.
Good morning. My name is Lillian Govis, Buncombe County Director of Communications and Public Engagement, and this is your community briefing for Wednesday, February 26th, where it's not just trash day in Swannanoa, it is the day that the Whitson Avenue Bridge is opening back up. Huge thanks to DOT. I see hands waving and excitement in the background here. Big thanks to the DOT for how hard they work to make that happen. And I can't wait to drive across that bridge when I go home tonight. Before we get started, we do have some important information if you are thinking about open burning anytime soon. We've got dry conditions, and the Buncombe County Fire Marshal wants everyone to be extra careful when it comes to burning. Fire danger is pretty high right now and through Thursday, February 27th. So if you can hold off on burning anything, our firefighters would greatly appreciate it. Of course, open burning is never allowed in municipal limits. There's no official burn ban in place right now because humidity levels are expected to stay around 30% and winds should stay light and variable, but that could change if the fire risk goes up or if the forecast shifts. But if you absolutely have to burn, please follow these safety tips. Keep your burn piles small. Think less than 3 feet in diameter. Have a way to report any fire that gets out of control right away. If a fire gets out of control, call 911 immediately. County rules say you must have a way to put out the fire, like a water hose, fire extinguisher, or tools to move dirt. Never leave a fire unattended. Stay with it until it's 100% out. You're only allowed to burn natural vegetation from your own property, never trash, and never debris. Folks have asked us why we can't just burn all the storm debris, and that's because it creates major air quality issues, especially hurting people with asthma, even if they're indoors. While it's warm and beautiful today, we do have some cold temperatures coming in, and a code purple has been called for Thursday. That means there are more resources for our unhoused neighbors, and ART transportation to shelters is free. You'll see our Health and Human Services building and our Register of Deeds building illuminated in purple during this time. Remember, important weather information about weather closures and resources is sent out through our direct messaging system, BC Alerts. We encourage you to sign up for those by texting BC Alerts to 99411 or visit buncombecounty.org/code red. Today, we have Andy Barnett with Habitat for Humanity to give us some big updates on their end. And we also have Asheville City Manager Deborah Campbell. But first, we will hear from County Manager Avril Pender.
Good morning. Today, we would like to start with some important updates regarding our community care stations. Since October, these stations have provided essential services to survivors, including drinking water, showers, laundry, hot meals, access to Wi-Fi, and cell service, access to mental health services, vaccines, and more resources. Over time, we have adjusted these services to better meet the community need. Currently, 4 stations remain open at the Fairview Ingalls, Bethel United Methodist Church, Morgan Hill Baptist Church, and Owen Pool. Due to a decrease in the number of people accessing some of these resources at some locations, we do have some shifts in services available coming up. Beginning February 28th, that is Friday, all community care stations will move to self-service laundry. Due to low community use, Wednesday, March the 5th will be the last day the community care station at Bethel United Methodist in Riceville will operate. Community members who use this location are encouraged to utilize the Owen Pool location. Due to low community use, the showers at the Reynolds Community Care Station and Morgan Hill Baptist Church will close. At the end of the day, on Wednesday, March the 5th, laundry facilities will remain operational. The Owen Pool Station will not have any operational changes. It opens 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. on weekdays and 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. on the weekends. It remains open overnight when temperatures are below freezing, so neighbors can use it for warming. Again, I'll repeat that again, but due to low community use, beginning on Wednesday, March the 5th, that will be the last day the community care station at Bethel United Methodist Church in Riceville will operate. And the community care station at Morgan Hill Baptist, showers will close at Morgan Hill Baptist on Wednesday, March 5th, and showers will close at the Reynolds Community Care Station in the Reynolds District. All community care stations that have laundry facilities will be self-service. That is the laundry facility at Owen Pool and the laundry facilities at Morgan Hill Baptist and Reynolds Community Care Stations will be self-service. We will continue to monitor usage at these stations to ensure that we meet the community needs. Last night, we hosted our second Helene Recovery Resource event at Reynolds High School, and 150 survivors came out to get help with their FEMA applications, to get answers about recovery from county representatives, and meet with mental health providers, get legal assistance, and even get a pre-cooked meal from Food Connections. Thank you to all of you that came out yesterday. We will have another opportunity this Thursday and next Monday to get help from over 30 partners ready to assist you. Bring your documentation to FEMA so FEMA staff can check on the status of your application. If you receive a denial letter from FEMA, Pisgah Legal and Legal Aid of North Carolina will also be on the site to provide guidance for your next steps. So on Thursday, stop by Leicester Community Center from 5 to 7 p.m. Buncombe Library will be there printing library cards. Register of Deeds will provide birth certificates if you've lost this in the storm. Public Health will also be there providing free vaccines and more. Food Connection won't be there at this event, but they will be at the Bell United Methodist Church in Leicester from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m., where they are every Wednesday. As a reminder to our Swannanoa and Black Mountain neighbors, we are coming to you next Monday, March the 3rd, with the rescheduled event at Owen High School, also from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Food Connection will be with us. They're providing meals, so you can take home a meal to heat up. And now here's our weekly reminder to sign up with FEMA. We know that our neighbors here in Western North Carolina are resilient people, and often we are able to get back up from difficult situations with our own hard work. But Helene was a devastating storm, and we want to make sure you don't navigate this significant disaster alone. If Hurricane Helene impacted you, FEMA assistance is here to help, and asking for help is a strength. Whether you're facing home damage, lost property, or unexpected expenses, you may qualify for support, even if you have insurance or if you don't have any immediate needs. You have until March the 8th to sign up, but don't wait. Visit disasterassistance.org or call 1-800-621-3362 or visit an intake center at Weaverville Town Hall or the Fairview Public Library. They're open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and on Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. You may also get money for lost wages by applying to Disaster Unemployment Assistance. This program is open to Buncombe County residents who lost work due to the storm, including business owners. The deadline to apply for Disaster Unemployment Assistance is March 10th, and you may apply at des.nc.gov. If you need support with FEMA, disaster unemployment assistance, food access, transportation, or other recovery needs, The North Carolina Emergency Services Disaster Case Management Program is here to help. You can access this program even if you haven't applied for FEMA or if your FEMA application was denied. One of the best parts of this program is that you'll be matched with a dedicated case manager who will be your personal guide throughout the recovery process. To apply, call 844-746-2326 or complete the intake form at buncombeready.org. Representatives will also be at a Resource for Recovery event on Thursday at Leicester and Monday at Owen High School. Crews continue to make huge progress in debris removal in our community, and we have a really important deadline coming up for public right-of-way debris removal. If you still have storm debris, now is the time to move it to the curb at the public right-of-way. Since October, crews have been picking up debris, and the United States Army Corps of Engineers has been tasked to remove public right-of-way debris by April 1st. So that means residents should place storm debris on the public right-of-way by Saturday, March 1st, to ensure that their debris is picked up. Crews are making their final passes throughout March. So remember to, 1, keep your debris within 10 feet of the public right-of-way and sort it into separate piles: vegetative debris, construction material, hazardous waste, and appliances. Avoid placing debris near power lines, trees, fire hydrants, or trash cans. Please don't block the roadway. Trucks and emergency vehicles need space to get through. And don't take debris to the landfill. Mud and soil aren't accepted there. If you missed the deadline or need help moving debris on your residential property or commercial property, we highly encourage you to apply for private property debris removal. Please apply by April 15th online at buncombeready.org. Due to low visit numbers, the private property debris removal intake centers at Barnesville Fire Department, Swannanoa Fire and Rescue, and Black Mountain Library will close at the end of the day on Friday. The Fairview Library Intake Center, which is co-located with the Disaster Recovery Center, will remain open. Staff at the closed intake centers will switch to mobile units, traveling in the community to sign people up in some of our most impacted areas. You can also call 828-250-6100, the Buncombe County Call Center. This is also the number to call if no debris has been picked up from your street since September. Please let us know if you still have debris that has not been picked up since September by calling 828-250-6100 and let us know so we can send crews your way. One last thing on debris: other cleanup efforts such as private property, waterway, and vehicles or tank removal are still happening, and they are not part of the March 1st deadline. If you have questions, again, please call 828-250-6100 Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Finally, a reminder on an important form on our website that county residents should use to report Helene damage to properties or stream banks. If you head to buncombeready.org, so the website is buncombeready.org, there's a link to report damage at the very top of the page. We receive over 1,400 damage reports through this form, and it has been instrumental in helping us secure additional funding and resources from state and federal partners, and help us conduct damage inspections for safety and access. These efforts have already led to the state committing to launch a program to help repair our private roads and bridges. We've submitted all inspected structures to the state and are awaiting their next steps. Through this form, we will also evaluate if you're eligible for the Emergency Watershed Protection Program through the U.S. Department of Agriculture. It assists with debris-clogged waterways, floodplains, and unstable stream banks. So go to www.buncombeready.org to fill out the Buncombe County Property Damage form or call our call center Again, that number is 828-250-6100 to get connected to that program. It's really hard to believe that March is just 3 days away. So to recap the upcoming deadlines, Saturday, March 1st, get debris to the public right-of-ways. Saturday, March 8th, apply for FEMA assistance. Saturday, March 8th, Small Business Administration deadline for physical damage, both home loans and business loans. Monday, March 10th, apply for disaster unemployment assistance. Tuesday, April 15th, private property debris removal, last day to apply for private property debris removal. And Monday, June 30, Small Business Administration deadline for a business economic injury loan. As we continue to look at recovery, this week I'm thrilled to say a number of community members gathered at the Land of Sky in Asheville to share public input on the development of North Carolina Housing and Urban Development Action Plan. Oftentimes, the number of acronyms associated with these activities can be daunting. But in a nutshell, the action plan will address unmet housing, infrastructure, and economic revitalization hurricane recovery needs in Western North Carolina. If you weren't able to make it to the event, no worries. The deadline for this is March 20th. And here's how you can share your input. Share your input by going online and using the QR code that's going to be on the screen. Share your input via an email to helene.recovery@commerce.nc.gov. That is helene.recovery@commerce.nc.gov, or you can share your input via fax. Find details at commerce.nc.gov/recovery. Free, healthy food is available at our community engagement markets. Our next one is this Friday at ABCCM, and that's ABCCM West in Candler, starting at 2 p.m. Visit buncombecounty.org/community engagements for a full list of market dates. If you have not done so yet, we encourage you to bookmark engaged.buncombecounty.org/Buncombe Recovers, our new website that is focused on recovery. You can also subscribe to be alerted about input and feedback opportunities in the future. Our call center, One Buncombe call center, is 828-250-6100, and that remains open for any and all Helene questions. The hours are Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Now next, we'll get Andy Barnett from Habitat for Humanity.
Thank you, and let me thank all of the Buncombe County staff and commissioners who've done such a great job over these last 5 months. I'm Andy Barnett. I'm the Executive Director with Asheville Area Habitat for Humanity. 5 months ago, Hurricane Helene devastated our community. Over 340 homes were destroyed and nearly 10,000 were significantly damaged. But in the face of that destruction, we witnessed something even stronger: hope, resilience, an outpouring of support from neighbors helping neighbors. And at Asheville Area Habitat for Humanity, we've been working tirelessly alongside our partners in the Asheville Regional Coalition for Home Repair, ARCHER, to provide critical home repairs for low-income homeowners. Coalition partners include Habitat, Oder Emma, Community Action Opportunities, the Asheville Buncombe Community Land Trust, and Mountain Housing Opportunities. If you or someone you know is struggling with storm-related damage to their home, please apply for assistance at ashevillehabitat.org. There's help available for those who qualify, and we're committed to restoring safe and healthy homes. Again, that application is at ashevillehabitat.org. Beyond repairs, we also recognize that some have lost their homes entirely. For those in need of stable, affordable housing, Habitat's homeownership program is here. We've waived our usual first-time homeowner requirement for storm survivors, making it easier for affected families to rebuild their lives. To qualify to purchase a new Habitat home, household income must be below 80% of area median income. Now, that's a number that we in the housing world use a lot, but doesn't mean a whole lot to most people. So here's an example. A family of three can earn as little as $2,800 a month or as much as $5,600 a month in gross income to qualify. This includes many of our neighbors working in the hospitality sector, in healthcare, or in other entry-level positions. You need to currently live in overcrowded, substandard, temporary, subsidized housing or pay more than 30% of your gross income toward rent. For most people working in low-wage jobs, you will qualify for under one of those criteria. And you need to be willing to put 200 hours toward homebuyer education and toward the construction of your own home. We were meeting yesterday with a new Habitat homebuyer, and she was thrilled to realize when we worked through all of these mortgage calculations, just how much lower her monthly mortgage payment was going to be than her rent payment each month. So you can have that same excitement that she had yesterday by checking out Habitat's homeownership program. We are particularly interested in serving people who lost a home as a result of Hurricane Helene. But if you are interested in homeownership, regardless of your status post-Helene, please reach out. Again, through our website, ashevillehabitat.org, or in person at an information session that we are holding Saturday, March 8th from 11 to noon at the downtown YMCA at 30 Woodfin Street in Asheville. Again, that's an in-person information session Saturday, March 8th at the downtown Y. We'd love to see you there to learn more about how you can become a homeowner in our community. This work wouldn't be possible without the generous support of our community. From volunteers clearing debris to donors funding critical repairs, we all have a part to play. If you'd like to support our work, you can find volunteer opportunities and a way to give at ashevillehabitat.org. Also, please remember that you can support our work by shopping and donating at either one of our 2 Habitat Restore locations. And we are super excited to invite you to come visit the newly reopened Habitat Restore at 31 Meadow Road. Together, we're rebuilding homes. Together, we're restoring hope. And together, we will ensure that every family has a safe place to call home. Thanks.
Andy's going to stick around later if we have additional questions for him. But next, we will hear from Deborah Campbell, City Manager, City of Asheville.
Good morning. As stated, my name is Deborah Campbell, and I serve as the City Manager of Asheville. As usual, I want to start by thanking everyone in the community for your continued support and your ongoing efforts to contribute to our community's recovery from Tropical Storm Helene. Believe it or not, we are on day 154 of our emergency response and recovery efforts. Today, I'm going to provide brief updates on storm debris removal within the city limits. I know that you've heard a lot from the county manager, but I just want to put it in perspective in terms of the city of Asheville. The CDBG-DR grant, our new website, ashevillerecovers.org, and the reopening of the WNC Nature Center. First, storm debris. 437,040 cubic yards of storm debris and nearly 89,000 tons of mud and silt have been collected across Asheville. Additionally, 94,818 cubic yards have been collected from the waterways within the city limits, and 77 private properties within the city have been cleared of debris through the private property debris removal program. And as stated by the county manager, the last day to put out debris in the right-of-way is this Saturday, March 1st. After this deadline, contractors will conduct a final sweep to collect remaining storm debris from the right-of-way. Crews will not collect any debris in the right-of-way after this final pass. Again, the anticipated completion of this final right-of-way pass is April the 1st. Right-of-way collection may be wrapping up, but again, contractors will continue debris removal efforts within local waterways and through the private property debris removal program. I would also like to remind community members not to place storm debris in black trash bags for right-of-way collection. If you must contain debris within a bag, please use transparent trash bags. We are pleased to see this steady progress and remain grateful to the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers and debris removal contractor Ashbridge. Regular updates on storm debris collection can be found at www.ashevillerecovers.org. And now I'll move to an update on an important recovery funding resource for the city of Asheville. Currently, the city is looking for input on the $225 million Community Development Block Grant for Disaster Recovery Funds, often referred to as CDBGDR funds. These funds are intended for long-term recovery and resilience. The first step in assessing these funds is developing the draft action plan. We've held a number of community meetings this month to inform the initial draft plan, and there is one last meeting in this phase of the engagement happening tonight at 6 p.m. at the East Asheville Library. We are pleased to report that to date, over 150 community members have participated. Again, the input we receive during this phase of the engagement will inform the development of the draft action plan, as well as a long-term recovery plan that we will develop. The CDBGDR process continues to move along with important steps being taken every week. This Friday, we will have visitors from the Department of Housing and Urban Development, or HUD, Office of Disaster Recovery, who will join the city in a light launch of the city's CDBGDR program. The city will brief HUD on the disaster impacts to our community and provide an overview of pre-existing conditions and storm-related damages. HUD will help the city ensure the action plan provides us with the strongest path forward for recovery while aligning with local priorities. HUD staff will also provide the city with an overview of the more technical aspects of managing a CDBGDR grant, such as reporting requirements, staffing capacity needs, and opportunities for the city to receive ongoing technical assistance. The visit will conclude with site visits that highlight the impact of Helene and our community's ongoing needs. We look forward to welcoming HUD to our community and building on an already strong partnership. On March 4th, the draft action plan I mentioned earlier will be published for public comment on our new AshevilleRecovers.org website. There's a direct link to the CDBGDR at the top of the front page of the site. Input in this next phase of engagement will include the opportunity to submit online comments, 3 public feedback sessions, each with a focus on housing, economic recovery, and infrastructure. The public comment period will end April 3rd. On April 8th, City Council will vote on an authorization to submit the action plan to the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. The deadline to submit the action plan is April the 21st. James Shelton, who is leading the CDBGDR process for the city, gave a comprehensive update on this grant to City Council at their February 20th City Council agenda briefing work session. You can watch a replay of the presentation by visiting our YouTube channel, accessible through the front page of the city's website at www.asheville.nc.gov. Speaking of websites, since last week's launch of ashevillerecovers.org, the site has been visited by 2,484 people, with a total of 6,363 page views. Last week, the debris page received the most attention, with 1,098 views. I'd like to acknowledge the hard work of our communication and public engagement team and our IT services team for getting this community-focused site up and running. They are committed to adapting the site to meet our community's needs. Your questions and comments continue to be an important resource in the site's evolution and our overall communication efforts. We encourage you to share events, suggestions, or resources by navigating to the envelope icon at the top of the front page or the contact link at the bottom of the homepage. Some of the things we saw in last week's comments included confusion about final debris collection dates and procedures, lack of clarity on the separate timelines for private property debris removal and right-of-way collections, concerns about potential damage to natural areas during river cleanup, interest in community-led recovery efforts such as fundraising, a desire for more proactive disaster planning. We appreciate this input and will continue to develop communications in response to comments and questions. Before moving to the next topic, I'd like to invite you once again to share Helene recovery events by navigating to the envelope on the top of the front page or the contact link at the bottom. We will get those added to our upcoming events section of the site. Now, for some very exciting news. The WNC Nature Center will reopen to the public on Monday, March 17th, after closing for 5.5 months due to the devastating effects of Tropical Storm Helene. Following the March 17th reopening, the WNC Nature Center will be open 7 days a week from 10 a.m. until 4:30 p.m. with last admission at 3:30 p.m. This year, the Nature Center celebrates its 100th year anniversary as a zoo. Since it opened as Recreation Park Zoo in May 1925, the WNC Nature Center has undergone a significant metamorphosis, evolving from a collection of exotic animals, including elephants, lions, monkeys, zebras, and camels, to animals native to the Southern Appalachians, from the past to the present. I'd like to acknowledge the hard work of Nature Center Director Chris Gentle and his incredible staff, as well as the support of our partner friends of the WNC Nature Center. This partnership captures the spirit of collaboration that will continue to be the foundation of our Helene recovery efforts. I hope you will mark your calendar and support our friends over at the Nature Center. The reopening of this regional treasure is a Helene recovery milestone we can celebrate as a community. More information about the opening can be found on the city's website. In closing, I'd like to extend my continued thanks to the mayor and city council, all of our dedicated City of Asheville employees, our other partners in the county, state, and federal government, as well as our private and nonprofit partners who continue to work tirelessly on recovery efforts. I will now turn it back over to Lillian.
Thank you. I'm super excited about the Nature Center. I remember the first time my dad took me there when I was little. Pretty awesome. At this time, we will turn things over to questions from the members of the media who are on a separate Zoom link. And I checked the Facebook chat before I walked up here. didn't see any questions there, but do we have any questions from the media for Andy, Avril, or Deborah? Everyone's so excited about going to see the otters. We're speechless. We'll wrap things up. I want to let you know about something that I'll be doing this weekend, and I hope I will see you there. It is the annual 2025 Bare Root Plant Sale hosted by Buncombe County Soil and Water Conservation District. It's at Irwin High School on Saturday from 10 a.m. until it sells out, which it always does. I'm super excited about picking up another pawpaw tree since it takes at least two in order for them to bear fruit, and I only have one. So they have selected plants offered at wholesale prices to support post-Helene stream bank restoration. And on Friday evening, there also is a free meadow workshop. And you can get all those details at buncombecounty.org. Again, that's Saturday, 10 a.m., Irwin High School, the Bare Root Plant Sale. As we close things out, I want to thank folks for joining us here every week. If you'd like to hear about a certain topic or from a community partner, just email those ideas to pio@buncombecounty.org. And of course, stay up to date by signing up for our alerts at buncombecounty.org/code-red. And we will look forward to seeing y'all back here in March on Wednesday at 11 a.m. Thank you.